What now looks like a pond should actually be a road. It's a few feet deep behind me and past my ankles right here just on the roadway. We saw firsthand just how powerful and dangerous this water is, and it continues to creep into these neighborhoods. That video you saw earlier of the home getting swept away, this is all that's left of it. They finally got a break last night that led them to these suspects, and from these court documents, we get the gruesome details of their confessions. I want to give you an idea of just how high this water was. I'm told it reached above the windows of that home and went well above these mailboxes here. Patrick Walker had been transferred to this jail for a court hearing, and last night he was able to essentially walk out of the building a free man by posing as his cellmate. Part of the roof here was actually torn off, and the steeple of this church ended up in this field right here. 3 outlaws with Pretty Boyd Floyd's gang walked into the bank and demanded money. Obviously, the focus is on the art here, but it's also about the food. I am here with executive chef Ken Mills of Ceci-Bon. Did I say that right?
Yes, you sure did.
Okay, so tell me what you guys are offering up here. Even if you never come downtown to ride the streetcar, city leaders say you'll still benefit from it. The Cimarron River has receded a few feet in the past few hours, but these homes are still not out of the woods as this ground continues to erode. Just a few hours ago, a tree right here crashed into the river, and behind it, you can see this house, the back of it just dangling over the water's edge, the ground beneath it gone.
It was a lot worse than I thought.
The inside of this waterfront vacation home looks almost exactly like Vicki Mitchell left it.
Did you see any of the mementos that you might have wanted?
The back half pulled into the Cimarron River.
It just hurts. It hurts to see it all gone.
Mitchell is from Wichita, Kansas. This home was her weekend getaway. She had to drive down today to see the damage for herself.
And of course, my heart sunk at the same time because I'm like, oh, I didn't know it was this bad.
Part of her neighbor's house crashed into the river today. The floodwater swept away this home the day before.
You don't get over that sound.
Charlene and Tim Jordan spent Thursday getting everything they could out of their place. It's been in their family for 25 years.
There were 2 football fields of property or land between our place and where the river has cut, and Mother Nature's decided she wants her property back, and she's taking it back.
And taking 8 homes along with it. The ones that haven't been swept into the water aren't inhabitable anymore.
In the big scale of things, you think, well, 8 houses, that's not a big deal. But this is 8 families that no longer have homes. And it's 8 out of our community, which were not that many anyway.
A tight-knit group in Oklahoma now relying on prayers from across the country.
Because it is important to us. It really, truly is, to know that they see us suffer and that their hearts are touched by that.
Firefighters will continue to check the water levels here every few hours. They're worried more rain in the coming days will cause the river to rise up again. Reporting in Crescent, I'm Caroline Vandergriff, Fox 25 News. Hurricane Florence hit the town of Oriental so hard it tore this concrete road into pieces. But we talked to a 94-year-old woman who chose to ride out the storm in her beachfront home, and she says she wasn't scared.
I did not leave. I have never left for a hurricane.
Faye Bond was born in Oriental nearly 95 years ago.
My birthday will be the 29th of September.
She's gotten pretty used to hurricanes.
I've seen a few, yeah.
But Florence was different.
This was the worst one I've ever been in. Absolute worst one I have ever been in. And it lasted longer than any one I've ever been in.
Bond's home overlooks the water. The storm turned her typically tranquil view into menacing waves.
I mean, they were coming like this. You can see them right through that front door. It's amazing.
She and her son fought to keep the water out of her home.
I went and got all the towels I could find. So we sat there with wringing the towels in a bucket, wringing and putting them back, wringing and putting them back, until I don't know how many hours we did it.
When the storm finally passed, the cleanup began.
You can see what we've raked up. We've been working.
Her energy, no surprise to anyone who's met her or been a student in one of the workout classes she teaches every week.
And they're all younger than I am. I'm 95.
She's grateful to survive another hurricane.
Everything that has happened is just You see God's hand in everything.
And to celebrate another birthday in her favorite place on earth.
Oh, babe.
In Oriental, Caroline Vandergriff. Foley Smith has endured more hardships than most high school seniors, but his future looks bright thanks to the support of his teachers and his love of music.
Music, the act of building things with other people like that, it's very exciting and promising.
That hope in the future pushing Foley Smith to succeed.
Learning an instrument is super hard. Some people can't do it. So the fact that you can do it, anytime you feel discouraged, you're like, I can play an instrument, I can do this.
Foley found motivation in music as his life started to fall apart. It started with a bout of severe appendicitis.
We lost my senior care after my first 2 nights in ICU. So I think I had $60,000, $80,000 worth of medical bills, and my parents took off probably a collective 2 weeks from work because they just thought I was gonna die.
Foley recovered, but his parents eventually lost their jobs, their home, and their car. They moved into a barn on a farm in Paoli with his brother, sister, and grandparents.
I stayed out there for 2 years. The first year was very bad. There was no running water in our building, no electricity, and no heat.
He struggled to get his schoolwork done at Capitol Hill High School,
I think I almost had to repeat 4 classes.
but finally decided things had to change.
I'd walk out and I'd be like, that is not what I could do. I got to the point where I was pushing at it.
And an ensemble formed around him, teachers pushing him to excel and counselors helping him get meals through the food bank.
It's a lot easier to work and wake up whenever you've been able to eat. Even the small stuff when it was just saltines and peanut butter, that was very fulfilling.
All the hard work led to an acceptance letter from OU.
I want to major in music ed, and then I want to open up my own guitar program and my own marching band program.
To show kids like him the power of music.
It really gives you a lot of determination and drive.
And the courage to write new songs for new chapters. Foley hopes by sharing his story, he will inspire other kids who may have difficulties at home. He wants his success to be motivation they too can get to a better place.